What is going on, everyone? Nick here, and welcome to a bit of a new year, old 2022 channel update. As I've been gone most of December, thanks to both work and being super sick. If you didn't see any of the tweets or anything like that, luckily wasn't COVID. Caught the normal flu. That's fun. Caught the flu without the spice. But yeah, so had that for about 2 weeks. That was fun. And then once that was done, it was just like I was exhausted. I need to make up the money that I didn't get for the last 2 weeks, because obviously the second I was like coughing and stuff, my job was just like, stay the fuck home. And I was like, all right, well, I can't really argue, like that makes sense. So I was like, okay, but was still able to have a good holidays, had a good Christmas, had a good New Year's. I hope you guys did as well. But yeah, I wanted to make a little video kind of detailing changes coming to the channel. Just stuff that I've been thinking about doing for a while anyway, and I decided, 2022, I'm normally not someone to make like New Year's resolutions or anything like that, but I figured, fucking 30. So I was like, you know what, let me actually, like, shoot for some goals and kind of, have some fun, do some stuff that, there's certain things, I'll also get into the New Year's resolutions. That's easier to explain. For New Year's resolutions, obvious, like my personal resolutions, lose weight, all that shit, whatever. Channel related. Something I've always wanted to do, and it's actually something I originally went to college for and didn't enjoy, and that is making games. When I first went to college in, like, was it 09, 2010, somewhere around there? No, it was 09. Yeah, it was fall of 09. God damn, I'm old. But yeah, when I first went, I went with full intentions of becoming a programmer. I fucking hated that. Programming was super just not fun. Like at least for me, I took like the first 2 classes in like the chain of classes you're supposed to take, and it just wasn't for me. Like, I got to the point where made a calculator, made what game was it, Snake or something like that. It was something super easy, but I figured, there's a lot of tools out there nowadays that weren't out there now, that weren't out there at the time. Things like Game Maker, RPG Maker, stuff like that. And I've been sitting on a game idea I've wanted to do for a very long time, and so 2022 for me is going to be the year of learning how to make a game to some extent. How well that goes, we'll see. But I want to take it in steps. The first thing I'm doing is I want to learn pixel art. I want to learn pixel art and low poly art, because I haven't chosen which one I want, and so I got programs, and I've enrolled in like the low poly art one. There's some classes that were in like a humble bundle. I'm gonna take those and see how I like that. And then for pixel art, there's a class online I can take for that. But I want to do that and then just kind of slowly build my way. Obviously, I'm not going to create a game in a year, but I want to work towards that because it's something I've wanted to do for a very long time. And I figured, I'm not getting younger, so let's try to have some fun and make a game. Now, what does that have to do with the channel? Well, some of that will be just to kind of help motivate myself. Some of the stuff will be streamed, or potentially even just, I'll make a video or something on how my ability to do pixel art's going, how my ability to use Blender is going, how, mess around Game Maker, RPG Maker, whichever one I end up liking more, how those, how that progression works. Obviously, I can't put, me taking the classes online. That's, illegal. But yeah, I just figured, let's make some progress. Let's start doing that. I'm not saying, I'm not gonna make the game I want to make by the end of 2022. I would like to make a game though, like a tester game, or like a, what's the word, like a prototype, like a, like a, hey, this is my first try. I'm not gonna sell it or anything. It's just like a, can I do this type thing. And so that's something I want to work towards for the year 2022. So that should hopefully be fun. And if you're into that kind of thing at all, then I'll probably, that most likely I will stream, like either me practicing pixel art or me practicing low poly art, or me messing around in some of the stuff and making stuff. Because when it comes to making my actual game, that's going to be a behind closed doors type thing. Because if I get to a point where I feel like I can make it how I want it, I'd want to make the full thing before I showed most people. So that's gonna be a thing. So that's a goal. It's a lofty one, but as somebody who has kind of fallen out of content, I was gonna say love's not the word. Fall out of contentness with my own job in real life. 2022 is also the year of I'm gonna try to find a different job. But because of that, I was like, you know what? While I'm doing that, I'm still obviously I'm not gonna quit and not have a job for a little bit. My wife would strangle me. But I do plan on changing jobs at some point and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, since I'm doing all that, let me make 2022 crazier and throw in this wanting to learn games. But I figure, you know what, that could be fun. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that out, and then kind of see where that goes. Hopefully it's fun, and hopefully if I do stream it or if I do post any videos or anything like that, it's interesting for you guys. But going kind of off that, and with current series, future, all the shit that's on the side combined, 2022 is also going to be the year of me just posting shit that I enjoy on my YouTube channel. Not that I don't enjoy the series I've been doing, but there is a sense of like, what's the word? There's a sense of like I have to make what's going to get viewed. Especially, I think the big thing was once my channel got monetized, I was like, okay, well now I feel more pressure to put something up that's going to get views, right? Where it's just like, okay, Spellcaster will always do decent on the channel, so I do Spellcaster. Not that I don't like Spellcaster, but there's definitely days where I recorded Spellcaster where I didn't want to record Spellcaster. So that was the thing. And so I think going forward, I'm still going to finish the Thaumaturge challenge. That's going to start up again, I believe either Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Because I had to go in during the week, Monday and I think Tuesday. If I don't have to go in Tuesday, the video will come up Tuesday. If I do have to go in Tuesday, it'll come out Wednesday. But yeah, that'll continue. I do want to finish Cult Simulator, especially with how close we are. So those two we finished. Once those two are finished, I am shelving both games. Spellcaster is going to be put on the shelf until it has either a DLC or a major update. And then same with Honey, I Joined a Cult. That one I'd be down to revisit once it had another what do they call it, theme thing come out where it's not just darkness. But because I'm shelving those, my plans for future videos are I'm gonna play shit I like, I'm gonna talk about shit I like, and I'm not gonna feel like, oh, maybe I should make a second channel for this or whatever. Like, I'm not a YouTuber. I mean, I am, because I upload shit to YouTube, but I'm also, this isn't my job, so why would I make separate channels and stuff like that? So over the year 2022, you're gonna see game art shit, you're gonna see Warhammer shit, as you can see over this shoulder here is my Cities of Sigmar army, and then over this way is my Box of Shame of Space Marines. So I'm playing both 40k and Age of Sigmar. So that stuff like that's gonna come up on the channel too, where I just want to talk about some shit that's going on in 40k or Age of Sigmar. Also sports. I love sports. I can't help it. I absolutely love sports. My favorite team in the world is probably not going to make the playoffs in football this year. The 49ers. It makes me very sad. But we had Trey Lance. And it's like, I know 95% of my viewers have no idea what the fuck I just said. But 2022, that's such an annoying year to say. 2022 me doesn't care. I just want to do I'll make some sports content for sure. Like, it's just, I'm just gonna make shit I enjoy. That's the entire thing. And then streaming wise, Twitch is annoying. I love Twitch as far as like I watch streamers on Twitch. I like how they do the emotes. Subbing's very clear. Bits are very clear-ish. But I also just don't have a base there. Like I don't have if I pop on the stream, I know X amount of people are going to come watch or whatever. And I'm not saying I have that necessarily on YouTube, but I know that anytime I post a update video or a non-main series video, there's names that I know at this point where I'm like, oh yeah, if I see they commented, I'm not shocked. Where I'm like, oh yeah, that's awesome that they're watching this and enjoying this or whatever. And so my plan is I'm going to stream on YouTube. I'm just going to stream on YouTube. Makes my Twitter handle wrong. But whatever. Nobody follows me on Twitter anyway, and I never post there either. So, you know, gotta get better at that. That should also probably be a New Year's resolution, is get better at Twitter. But yeah, so that's gonna all that shit's gonna happen. Streaming on YouTube. Finishing the series we're currently going, and then from there it's just gonna be whatever I feel like. And I'm gonna also move away from series. I think series is it's easy content. It's so easy. But also you get to a point where, like, especially me, like I'm somebody who has a hard time sticking with one thing. Like it's difficult for me to be like, oh, I'm gonna be this thing, or I'm gonna do this thing forever. Like fucking over there is my third third Age of Sigmar army. Space Marines are my fourth 40k army. Over the last decade though, so that doesn't count. But I'm so indecisive that's how I knew I should marry my wife, because I was like, at no point was I like, oh, I should, like, you know, go find a different person. Like, I was like, okay, I know this one. But like same with like Final Fantasy 14. I've been playing a ton of that while I was sick. Endwalker's amazing. But even that, I have every single class at least to level 50, just because I'm indecisive as hell. But because of that, it's hard for me to finish games. And I have I need to check now, because I was gonna say a random number, but I could actually tell you a number. Where does it say how many games you actually have? I have Jesus. I have 664 games in my Steam library. I have finished probably 30 of those. I think 30 is like generous. Just because I get to a point where I'm just like, okay, I'm done with this. I want to move on. Unless it like really like, that's how I kind of pick my favorite games of all time, is that it's a game I finish. It's a game I play through. Like the most recent example of that is, I know some people didn't love it on launch, but it worked fine for me. And so Cyberpunk was like, I played it from start to end. Absolutely loved it. Persona 5, like games that I want to finish, I know I love. And so I think that's the kind of the attitude I'm going to take for the YouTube, is I'm just going to make videos, and then if they do well, or if they it doesn't matter if they do well. If I enjoy them, I'll keep going. If I'm not really enjoying it, I'm just going to drop it, or I'm going to put it on pause. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. Been talking longer than I thought, and so my throat's all itchy. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan going forward. I don't know. I just want to make a rambly, almost 15-minute video about plans. So yeah, expect less series, more just kind of random content. Like one of the ones I know are for sure coming is I'm going to do a Project Zomboid run. Just because I've been watching people play that with that big update that came out recently, and that looks really fun. So I'm going to try that out. Haven't played it really at all. So yeah, we'll do some Project Zomboid. We'll do I want to do more tier lists. I don't know, they're fun. Like they're fun. I want to do a I have two where it's Warhammer 40k and then Age of Sigmar, the ranking all the centerpiece models. I think that's like stuff like that would be fun. So I'll do some of that, do some gaming, do some probably sports at some point. Although I don't know, I might go into a depression after this Sunday because if my Niners lose, we're out. But I have the Warriors, so, and they're really good, so that's nice. But yeah, just wanted to, like I said, 15 minutes of rambling, 15 minutes of stuff I'm gonna try to do in 2022, and hopefully it works. Who knows? It's something that if it doesn't work, I'm kind of whatever about. Not that I don't enjoy this, but it's just like at no point did I have any intention of making this like a job, and so I'm like, let me have some fun, let me share the single player games I love playing, and now it's let me share my other passions, my tabletop stuff, my sports love, my hopes of creating a video game, all that stuff. I figured, let's we'll share that. Why not? But yeah, that's gonna do it for this this little update. I'll probably just call this a channel update. I don't know yet. It feels weird being on camera again. My hair is super long because I haven't gotten a haircut in 6-7 months. I haven't got a haircut since my wedding. Is that right? Yeah, that's wild. But yeah. So yeah, that's blah, blah, blah. And that's how we're gonna end it. I hope you all had a fantastic holidays. I hope everybody's staying safe. Obviously the Omicron's kicking everybody's ass. Hopefully you guys can stay safe. And yeah, just do what you enjoy in 2022. 2020 and 2021 kicked everybody's ass. It was a bunch of bullshit. I got lucky. 2021 was a good year for me, but that's just because I got married. So it was like, and our honeymoon happened to go in like the perfect time to Disneyland. But yeah, everybody's hurting. Everybody's got their own shit they're going through and stuff like that. So just use 2022 to try to find your happiness again, because that's what I'm gonna be trying to do, and I hope you guys can as well. And I also hope I'll see you next time. See you, everybody.